Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrofil mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajmain. Amma ba'du. First of all, it's Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who has been giving us His mercy and blessings till we come together here in this good time and good place. Salawat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has brought us from the darkness to the lightness. Okay, guys, in this video, I will explain you about PechaKucha. The title, ambition or my ambition. So here I will explain you about Akmil, Navi Soldier, Kopaska, Kopassus, Denjaka, Bintara, Tamtama, BIN or Badan Intelijen Negara in Indonesia, Army Soldier, Army Air Force, Kopasgat, Army Chief of Staff, Army Strategic Command, Republic of Indonesia Fleet Command, Military Airborne Command, Chief of Staff of the Indonesian Navy, Indonesian National Air Defense Command, and the last, Air Operation Command. So I will explain you about them one for one. Okay, we're gonna start it. PechaKucha. This is English project from my school. First, Academy Militer. Exactly, all of this is military in Indonesia. Maybe kind of military. First, destination. Akmil Academy Militer. There is at the city. From more city like Jakarta, Medan, North Sumatra, and the other city. Destination. First, destination for Academy Militer is provide knowledge and skills to military academy cadets, or who masters and are able to provide knowledge and skills to military academy cadets who master and are able to apply in the military field and civil defense engineering. The second, the achievement of standardization of educational components in the field of civil engineering defense studies. Third, improving the competence of lecturers and education staff and cadets in the military and civil engineering fields and of defense. And fourth, conduct research on various problems in the field of civil defense engineering that can benefit the community and institutions within the TNEAD. Fifth, build educational facilities and infrastructure and a good educational environment. So that's all is destination from Academy Militer or ACMIL. Navy soldiers. The Indonesian National Armed Force or Indonesian Tentara Nasional Indonesia lead Indonesian National Military, abbreviated as TNI or TNI, are the military force of the Republic of Indonesia. It consists of the Army or TNI-AD, Navy or TNI-AL, and Air Force or TNI-AU. The President of Indonesia is the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Force. In 2021, it comprised approximately 395 500 military personnel, including the Indonesian Marine Corps or Corps Marinir Republik Indonesia or RI, which is a branch of the Navy, initially formed with the name of the People's Security Army or TKR, TKR, then later changed to the Republic of Indonesia Army or TRI, before changing again its name to the Indonesian National Armed Force or TNI to the present. The Indonesian Armed Forces were formed during the Indonesian National Revolution, when it undertook a guerrilla war along with informal militia. As a result of this, and the need to maintain internal security, the armed force, including the Army, Navy, and Air Force, has been organized along territorial lines, aimed at defeating internal enemies of the state and potential external invaders. Next, Kopaska. About Kopaska. The Kopaska, Indonesian Komando Pasukan Katak, lead, Frogman Force Command, is the premier frogman and underwater demolition unit of the Indonesian Navy. Yeah, you can look the picture of Kopaska. That two picture. The unit's motto is in Sanskrit, Tanhana Wigna Tansirna, or the meaning, there is no obstacle that cannot be defeated. The unit's main duties are underwater demolition or raiding enemy ships and bases, destroying main underwater installations, reconnaissance, prisoner snatch, preparing beach for larger naval amphibious operations, and counter terrorism. During peacetime, the unit also deploys a team to serve as security personnel for VIPS and VVIPS. The personnel of Kopaska are recruited from Indonesian Navy seamen. Like other Indonesian Special Force, Kopaska is trained to be able to conduct operations in the sea, including underwater, on land, and airborne. So that's all about Kopaska. Kopaska is maybe dangerous military in Indonesia. Okay, next we're gonna go to Kopassus. If before for TNI AL or for TNI Angkatan Laut and Kopassus about TNI AD or TNI Angkatan Darat in Indonesia. The Kopassus, Indonesian Komando Pasukan Khusus or Special Force Command in English, is an Indonesian Army or TNI AD special force group that conducts special operations mission for the Indonesian government, such as direct action, unconventional warfare, sabotage, counterinsurgency, counter-terrorist, intelligence gathering, and special reconnaissance or SR. Kopassus was founded by Alexander Evert Kawilarang and Muhammad Idjon Janbi on 16 April 1952. It gained worldwide attention after several operations such as the Indonesian invasion of East Timor and the release of hostage from Garuda, Indonesia Flight 206 and 6. The Special Force spearheaded some of the government's military campaigns, putting down regional rebellions in the late 19 and 15s. The Operation Trikora or Western New Guinea campaign in 1961 until 1962. The Indonesia-Malaysia confrontations from 1962 until 1966. 1966. The massacres of late communists in 1965, the East Timor invasions in 1975, and subsequent campaigns against separatists in various provinces. Okay, that's all about Kopassus. Next, Denjaka. Denjaka, or abbreviation from Detachment Jalamangkara Detachment, is a counter-terrorism special operations force of the Indonesian Navy. It is a combined detachment formed from selected personnel of the Navy's Frogman Unit, or Kopaska, and the Marine Corps Amphibious Reconnaissance Battalion, or TAIFIB. On 4th November 1982, the Chief of Staff of the Navy issued a decree number SCAP slash 2848 slash XE slash 1982 to form a task force called Pasukan Khusus Laut, or Pasusla, or Naval Special Force, to fulfill the need for a maritime special operation force capable of countering terrorism and sabotage. In the initial phase, 70 personnel from the Marine Corps Amphibious Reconnaissance Battalion and Navy frogmen were recruited from Pasusla. The new unit, then a company, was under the command of the Western Fleet Commander with assistance from the Commandant of the Marine Corps, while the Chief of Staff of the Navy acted as the operational commander of the Pasusla. The unit was then based at Western Fleet Command Headquarters, Jakarta. So that's all about Denjaka. Next, I'm gonna tell you what Bintara. NCO, Non-Commissioned Officer, abbreviated as NCO or Bintara, is a military and police rank lower than second lieutenant or second police inspector and higher than corporal or adjutant police brigadier. The NCO is the backbone of the military unit that acts as a liaison between officer and enlisted man or vice versa in operational terms. Bintara Division. First, Bintara Tinggi or High Bintara is a candidate for officers in the TNI or TNI, auxiliary to second lieutenant, and assistant to first lieutenant. And police, adjunct inspector police to an adjunct inspector police force. This rank is equivalent to warrant officer in the other countries. Second, Bintara is a sergeant rank in the TNI or TNI, second sergeant to sergeant major, and brigadier in the national police or second police brigadier to chief police brigadier. In other countries, equivalent to specialist or non-commissioned officer. Okay, next. Tamtama. The Tamtama is the lowest rank in the army and police, ranking from private second or second class, Bayangkara 2 to chief corporal or adjutant police brigadier. This rank usually refers to members of the front line soldier in a military unit and is a core element for a fighting force. Tamtama Division. Tamtama also have division. First, Chief Tamtama or Tamtama Kepala. Corporal ranks in the TNI consisting of 3 ranks, from the lowest to Corporal 2, Corporal 1, and Corporal Chief. Second, Tamtama. Tamtama is a soldier rank in the TNI or TNI. In other countries, it is equivalent to private. There are different terms in the Navy, where they use sailor instead of the term soldier consists of starting with the lowest. First, second soldier or second class. Second, soldier 1 or class 1. Third, chief soldier or chairman. Next, that's all about Tamtama. BIN or Badan Intelijen Negara, or like in American, that's CIA. Badan Intelijen Negara, State Intelligence Agency, commonly referred to as BIN, is Indonesia's primary intelligence agency. Prior to 2001, it was known as BAKIN, Badan Koordinasi Intelijen Negara, State Intelligence Coordinating Agency. Its name was changed as part of a general restructuring of the agency. BIN is responsible both for coordinating information sharing and operation between Indonesia's other intelligence agencies and for mounting operations on its own. The origin of State Intelligence Agency can be traced to Japan's occupation in 1943, at which time Japan established a local version of the intelligence agency known as the Nakano Military Intelligence School. The formed soldier defenders of the homeland or PETA, Zulkifli Lubis graduated from the school and was also the Republican first commander of intelligence. After independence, August 1945, the government of Indonesia established the first intelligence agency of the Republic, which was called Badan Istimewa or the Special Agency, commonly referred to as BI. Colonel Zulkifli Lubis returned to the lead the agency along with about 40 former PETA soldiers who were special military investigators. After entering a special intelligence training period in the Ambarawa region in early May 1946, around 30 young graduates became members of the Indonesian State Secret Agency or BRANI. This agency became the umbrella for the intelligence movement with several ad hoc units, even overseas operations. So that's all maybe about BIN, Korban Intelijen Negara. Next, Army soldiers. The Indonesian Army is the land branch of the Indonesian National Armed Force. It has an estimated strength of 300,000 active personnel. The story of the Indonesian Army has its roots in 1945 when the Tentara Keamanan Rakyat or TKR Civil Security Force first emerged as a paramilitary and police corps. Since the nation's independence movement, the Indonesian Army has been involved in multifaceted vested operations ranging from the incorporation of Western New Guinea, the Indonesia-Malaysia Confederation, to the negotiations of East Timor, as well as internal counter-insurgency operations in Aceh, Maluku, and Papua. The Army's operations have not been without controversy. It has been periodically associated with human rights violations, particularly in West Papua, East Timor, Aceh, and Aceh. The Indonesia Army is composed of a headquarters, 15 military regions commands, a strategic reserve command Kostrad, a special force command Kopassus, and various adjunct units. It is headed by the Chief of Staff of the Army, Kepala Staf Angkatan Darat, KSAD or Kasat. Next, Army Air Force. The Indonesian Air Force, sometimes short as IDAR, is the aerial branch of the Indonesian National Armed Force. The Indonesian Air Force is headquartered in Jakarta. Indonesia is headed by the Chief of Staff of the Air Force. Its order of battle is split into three air operations commands. Most of its airbases are located on the island of Java. The Indonesia Air Force also has its ground force unit called Air Force Quick Reaction Force Command or Kopasgat. The corps is also known as the Orange Beret or Beret Jingga. After the Japanese announced their surrender at the end of WWII, WW2, Indonesian nationalist raiders Karno declared Indonesian independence on 17 August 1945. Next, Kopasgat. Kopasgat is meaning Komando Pasukan Gerak Cepat. It's the Air Force Infantry and Special Force Corps of the Indonesian Air Force. The corps is also known as the Orange Berets or Beret Jingga in Indonesia. Kopasgat is trained to seize and defend airfields from enemy force known as Operasi Pembentukan dan Pengoperasian Pangkalan Udara Depan or OP3UD, Frontline Airbase Establishment and Management Operation, Airborne Operation, and other specific military operations within the scope of the Indonesian Air Force. So that's about Kopasgat. Army Chief of Staff. This is about my ambition to be an Army Chief of Staff or to be a chief. Army Chief. The Army Chief of Staff, or commonly abbreviated as Kasat, is the highest official within the Indonesia Army National Army or TNI AD, based at the Army Quarters. The Army Chief of Staff is responsible to the commander of the Indonesian National Armed Force. Until early 1948, the position of Chief of Staff in the Indonesian Army had not been established. The position of Kasat was first established when Vice President Muhammad Hatta served her as Prime Minister and continued the reorganization on rationalization or RERA program of the Indonesian on May 14, 1948. The stipulation contains the Army organization regulations, the appointment of Army officials under the Ministry of Defense based in Yogyakarta. Next, Army Strategic Command. The Army Strategic Reserves Command or in Indonesian, Komando Cadangan Strategis Angkatan Darat, Brevetted Kostrad, is a combined arms formation of the Indonesian Army. So, Kostrad is corps level command which has up to 35,000 troops. It also supervises operational readiness among all commands and conducts defense and security operations at the strategic level in accordance with policies under the command of the commander of the Indonesian National Armed Force. So that little about Army Strategic Command. You can read it because it's so long. Republic of Indonesian Fleet Command, Komando Armada Republik Indonesia or brevetted as Koarmada RI, is a new unit from the Indonesian Navy which was formed and inaugurated by the TNI Commander General Andika Perkasa on January 21, 2022. Currently, the fleet command consists of the three fleets, namely, first, Komando Armada 1, first, berada di Tanjung Uban, Komando Armada 2nd at Surabaya, Komando Armada 3rd at Sorong. Okay. The Indonesian fleet as naval combat force was essentially born and grew with the birth of the TNI. Next, Military Servant Command. The Military Cross Sea Command or brevetted as Colin Lamil is one of the main commands of the Indonesian Navy. This command is headquartered in Tanjung Priok, North Jakarta. Colin Lamil has the main task of fostering the capability of the military sea transportation system, fostering the potential of national sea transportation for the benefit of national defense. So that is Military Airborne Command. Republic of Marine Corps or Kormar RI is a unit of the Indonesian National Armed Force that carries out amphibious operations, coastal defense, security for the outer island, development of maritime potential, as well as building strength and readiness for marine unit operations. Kormar or Kormar RI is positioned as the main command for operations of the Indonesian National Army and the main command for the development at TNI Naval Headquarters. So that's the Republic of Indonesia Marine Corps. Maybe just little. Next, Chief of Staff of the Indonesian Navy. The Chief of Staff of the Indonesian Navy are commonly abbreviated as KASAL or KSAL, KSEL. AL is the highest official within the Indonesian Navy or TNI. Based at the Navy headquarters, the Chief of Staff of the Indonesian Navy is responsible to the Commander of the Indonesian National Armed Force. So that's Chief of Staff of the Indonesian Navy. Next, Indonesian National Air Defense Command. The National Air Operations Command or Kopsudnas is the most important main command in the TNI branch. Kopsudnas function as eyes and ears to monitor various movement of aircraft crossing Indonesian territory. Kopsudnas was established on February 9, 1962 as the security guard of the Indonesian territory. In carrying out its duties, the Kopsudnas is supported by TNI AU, radar units stationed in various regions. In addition, Kopsudnas has also integrated data from civilian radars throughout Indonesia. And the last, Air Operation Command. First, Air Operation Command currently has two. Air Operations Command 1 first and Air Operations Command 2nd. The Air Operations Command 1 Abbreviated as Koopsut 1, first is one of the main Air Force commands covering the western part of Indonesia, covering all of Sumatra, West Kalimantan, Central Kalimantan, Banten, West Java, and Greater Jakarta. And about Air Cooperation Command Second, the Air Cooperation Command Second, or Koopsut Second, is one of the main Indonesia Air Force commands covering the central part of Indonesia, covering all of Sulawesi. North Kalimantan is Kalimantan, South Kalimantan, Central Java, Yogyakarta Special Region, East Java, and the Sunda Island, Semang. So that's all about my ambition, or yeah, little my explain, maybe just little. Sorry if I get mistakes. Yeah, maybe I think that's all for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.